To remove and install the front lower control arm on your RANGERXD 1500, follow these steps. Park the vehicle on a flat, level surface, ensure it is in park, and remove the key. Next, remove the wheel from the vehicle. Begin by loosening the lug nuts while the vehicle is on the ground, but do not remove at this time. Then, safely elevate the vehicle. Reference your owner's manual for proper lifting techniques. Once safely elevated, remove and retain the lug nuts and set aside. Then, remove the wheel and set aside. Now, remove the cotter pin. Then, with the aid of an assistant, have them press the brakes and firmly hold the steering wheel while loosening the castle nut. Remove the nut and cone washer from the front wheel hub assembly. Then, remove the front brake caliper and brake scraper. Do not hang the caliper by the brake line. Use wire to hang the caliper to prevent damage to the brake line. Next, remove the front wheel hub assembly. Then, remove and discard the upper ball joint pinch bolt. Then, remove the lower ball joint nut. Now, remove the tie rod nut and separate. Next, using a soft-faced hammer, lightly tap on the bearing carrier while removing the upper control arm. Then, separate the bearing carrier from the lower control arm. Remove the drive shaft from the front bearing carrier. Next, remove the front bumper lower fastener and set aside. Now, loosen and remove the lower control arm through bolt fasteners. Next, remove the stabilizer bar link to the control arm fastener and remove the control arm from the vehicle. Now, examine the control arm bushings and pivot tube. Replace if worn and discard the hardware. If reusing the control arm, thoroughly clean with a shop rag before reinstalling. Then, inspect the ball joint and ball joint boot for wear, tears, or damage and replace if necessary. Now, if replacing, insert new pivot tubes, control arm bushings, and pivot seals into the control arm. Make sure the control arm bushings are fully seated inside the control arm before installing the pivot seals. Next, install the lower control arm assembly onto the vehicle frame with new fasteners and torque to specification. Next, install the stabilizer bar link onto the control arm with a new fastener and torque to specification. Then, install the front bumper lower fastener and torque to specification. Next, put the drive shaft into the front bearing carrier. Then, put the upper and lower ball joint ends into the front of the bearing carrier. Now, torque the upper and lower ball joint nuts to specification. Now, install the tie rod and torque the nut to specification. Next, install the front wheel hub assembly, cone washer, and wheel hub nut. Install the wheel hub cone washer with the domed side out. Now, install the rotor onto the wheel hub assembly. Then, install the caliper onto the knuckle with new mounting fasteners. Torque to specification. Then, with the aid of an assistant, press the brakes and firmly hold the steering wheel while torquing the wheel nut hub to specification. Next, install a new cotter pin and bend the ends of the cotter pin in opposite directions. If necessary, slightly tighten the nut to align the cotter pin holes. Next, install the wheel and lug nuts and tighten until fully seated. Once complete, safely lower the vehicle until the tires begin to touch the ground. This will help keep the wheel in place when torquing. Once lowered, torque the lug nuts to specification in a crisscross pattern. Finally, lower the vehicle completely to the ground. For more information, see your authorized Polaris dealer or visit Polaris.com.